Hi everyone, I'm Zach Reinhardt, here to review the new Takahiro Mukai cassette tape, Bubble Over. Takahiro Mukai is a Osaka-based kind of IDM, ambient, electronic music, experimental producer who's been at it for a number of years, but putting out kind of just strange, esoteric albums, and he's back at it with a new one, Bubble Over, released on Finery, which is a label based out of Denmark, I believe. Real quick before we jump into the album, I thought I'd share with you guys. I got the new Hearsay 7-inch. Oh yeah. It's all in clear vinyl. Oh, I'm excited. I've put it on once. It sounds great. I love the Hearsays. I recommended this in my EP wrap-up video. Get in there. Pretty good single. A couple good tracks. Hoping to hear more from the Hearsays soon. But getting into this album, Bubble Over, it's got a pretty apt name. It has a lot of these kind of sweeping, very bubbly arpeggios that kind of rise up from the like bassy depths of each track. The songs all kind of move in and out like the tides. They kind of swell and then they quiet back down, and the bass kind of rumbles the track as well. There are a lot of water metaphors that can be made with all of these songs. At the core of each track is a short, kind of simplistic percussion loop with a looped bass line of some sort. And for the first, like, 5 tracks or so, he really does something different with just this loop building mentality each time. The point of the album is less to make good songs and more to explore a lot of interesting sonic territory, which I can respect, and I can enjoy an album that does that if there's a lot of diversity to it and there's a lot of strange sounds that are really kind of mind-bending. But unfortunately, I feel like this album's kind of explored all of its territory about halfway through. Um, the last few tracks, I feel like, are objectively a bit better than the earlier tracks, but they kind of fall back on very similar rhythms and melodies that the earlier tracks had. And it really kind of takes away from the more interesting sound play that's going on in the later tracks. The loops just get a bit tired for me and don't hold my attention the whole time. Those last few tracks, I find myself a little bit bored, even though there are some really interesting sounds and rhythms there. I feel like this would have worked better if it was only maybe 5 or 4 tracks instead of 8. There's still a lot of interesting, cool sounds to be heard here. Some of the songs sound like they come from some like old cheesy sci-fi B movie, and some of them almost sound like a squeaky swing set and like R2D2's there, and there's a lot of strange sound play, and there's a little bit of noise too, though I wouldn't call this a noise record. It does use a little bit of feedback, but yeah, I'm feeling a 6 out of 10 on this thing. I liked it. I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff here, but it kind of plays itself out and overstays its welcome a little bit. I wish it explored just a little bit of a more dynamic pool of sounds, but for what it is, it's all right. So yeah, it's available on Finery's Bandcamp, and it's also streaming for free on Takahiro Mukai's SoundCloud. So check those out if you're interested. I mean, you can give it a listen for free. So yeah, that's me, Takahiro Mukai. New album, Bubble Over. It's okay.